Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Labasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, Australian national remanded in custody over drug bust. Kathanimbao further remanded by court. And later on in sports, Highlanders begin to arrive for Super Rugby clash.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
An Australian national charged following the drug bust at Port General last Friday appeared in the Nandi Magistrates Court today. Yvette Nikolic faces 1 count of unlawful importation of illicit drugs, 1 count of found in possession of illicit drugs, and 1 count of failure to declare firearms and ammunition. Felipe Naikaso reports.
The owner of the yacht where cocaine and ammunition were found has been remanded by the Nandi Magistrates Court today. Yvette Nikolic, who is in her 40s, appeared before Magistrate Siromi Turanga. Magistrate Turanga denied Yvette bail, stating the case was serious and of public interest. In a joint operation between the Fiji Revenue and Customs Service, Police, Biosecurity Authority of Fiji and Health Department, 13 bars of cocaine weighing 15 kilograms and ecstasy tablets with an estimated value of 10 to 15 million US dollars was seized on Friday afternoon at Danarau Port. It is also confirmed that 15,000 US dollars undeclared currency, guns and ammunition have been detained from the yacht. Yvette's counsel, Ronald Gordon, also told the court that his client's plea will be deferred as they have just received some documents from the prosecution. The charges were also read to Yvette, who informed the court that she understood them. Also present in court today were representatives from the Australian High Commission. Gordon also asked the court if his client could visit her husband, the other accused, who is admitted at the Lautoka Hospital under ICU as she is concerned about him. However, Magistrate Turanga denied this, stating that the application could be made at the Lautoka High Court. Magistrate Turanga also says that due to the weight of the illicit drugs, the matter will now be transferred to the Lautoka High Court. He also says that the application for the yacht to be returned to the owner can also be made at the High Court. The case will now be called again on the 4th of next month. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
National Sevens rep Isake Kathanimbao, who is facing serious assault charges, remains in custody awaiting a decision on a bail application tomorrow. It is alleged that in the early hours of June 17th, the 35-year-old assaulted Special Police Constable Penny Veracauta on Carnarvon Street in Suva. Pranita Prakash reports.
National Sevens rep Isake Kathanimbao appeared at the Suva Magistrates Court this morning after spending 7 days in remand. His lawyer, Joseph Daurewa, filed a bail application and gave an oral submission too. Daurewa informed the court that Kathanimbao is the only breadwinner in the family and looks after his wife, 3 children and elderly parents. Daurewa says Kathanimbao is also vying for a position in the Fiji Sevens team for the World Cup to be held in San Francisco next month. He says in order to be selected in the team, his client will have to go through trials and training. He says Kathanimbao is an experienced rugby player and has contributed to the nation. The Defence Counsel also informed the magistrate that his client is a lieutenant with the Fiji military force and has a significant role in the army for which he is needed. He also assured the court that his client will abide by strict bail conditions. Constable Penny Veracauta was trying to stop a brawl involving the National Sevens rep, and this is when Kathanimbao allegedly threw 2 punches at him, causing injury. The magistrate has given prosecution time to file a written response. The matter has been adjourned to tomorrow. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The Suva Magistrates Court today allowed 2 applications filed by the defence lawyer for Social Democratic Liberal Party leader Sitiveni Rambuka. Rambuka is charged by the Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption under Section 24 of the Political Parties Registration, Conduct, Funding and Disclosures Act of 2013.
Sodalpa leader Sitiveni Rambuka's lawyer made an application requesting the magistrate to allow Rambuka to notify the court and fire cake via a letter on his travels within Fiji. In another application, Filimoni Vosarongo also requested the court if changes can be made to Rambuka's bail conditions so that he can report to the FICAC office once in every 2 months. Rambuka currently reports once every month. FICAC lawyer Rashmi Aslam did not object to the two applications. Rambuka is facing charges of providing false declaration of assets, income and liabilities to the supervisor of elections. It's alleged last year Rambuka provided false declaration of assets and liabilities to the supervisor of elections by failing to provide information pertaining to the tax liability with the Fiji Revenue and Customs Services, which amounted to over $316,000. It is also alleged that he failed to declare investment and interest income from Raghavan Constructions Limited in the amount of $200,000 and $16,000 respectively, and also has a liability in the amount of $120,000. The matter has been adjourned to July 6th. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The 24-year-old woman believed to be the mother of the infant whose severed head was found in Nawaka, Nandi last week has been remanded in custody by the Nandi Magistrates Court. Nehal Rukshar Ali faces 1 count of infanticide. A legal aid lawyer representing Ali made a bail application on the grounds that her client has a 3-year-old daughter and is the sole provider for her family. Bail was refused and the magistrate transferred the case to the Lautoka High Court to be called on July 4th. Her plea has also been deferred. A team of specialist doctors and nurses from New Zealand are in Labasa this week to conduct training on laparoscopic surgery. The team from Friends of Fiji Health have been doing the training for Labasa hospital nurses and doctors for 3 years now. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
Laparoscopic surgery is an operation performed in the abdomen or pelvis through small incisions using fine equipment with the aid of a tiny camera.
There are many advantages. These include it is minimally invasive surgery, less scarring, less pain for the patient, less use of analgesia, early to work.
The training here at the Labasa Hospital concludes a 3-part program on laparoscopic surgery which started in 2016.
We have some cases that has been referred from Lautoka and I believe one from Suva that will be performing surgery. And again, this would be a teaching aspect of it in a major way.
Apart from the training, the team also donated about $70,000 worth of surgery equipment for the Labasa Hospital.
The past 3 years they've been coming, they've been donating very expensive equipment, 70,000. This kind of thing, you need the consumables to come within. So you see the small plastic thing, they are consumables that we use. They're not available locally.
Friends of Fiji Health has had 24 medical and surgical missions to Fiji so far, 8 at the Labasa Hospital. They are a registered charity organization consisting of nurses and doctors who are former Fiji residents and provide free gynecological, surgical and medical services to Fijians. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
Still to come, 3 individuals assisted under Yes. And preparations underway for Sports and Wellness Day. Stay with us.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, gongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasir.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Labasa, ya untuk talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasir.
Guya Dr. Meli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasir.
Nevang go fane na tao na go singa toka, kita untuk talita kana Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasir.
Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasir.
The Accident Compensation Commission has received more than 40 applications from individuals seeking compensation for personal injuries sustained during motor vehicle accidents. The Commission has to date assisted 3 families and paid compensation of $225,000. Pranita Prakash reports.
Accident Compensation Commission Chief Executive Parvez Akbar says compensation payout process takes time.
We have, for personal injuries, there's 47 applications, and these are all being processed. What happens is that the time it takes to process that depends on the impairment assessment of the injuries.
Akbar says they have also received applications for compensation for deaths resulting from motor vehicle accidents.
There are 6 applications for death, and 3 of those will now have been paid, and 3 are going to be finalized and paid once we receive all the information from the applicant.
Meanwhile, Economy Minister Ayasiyed Kayum says many people in Fiji are not aware of the scheme, thus more awareness is needed.
We want more Fijians to be aware of the fact that there is a compensation scheme in place, a compensation scheme that is more consumer-friendly, user-friendly. It has rules of equity built into it. It is just.
Syed Kayum says it is always an emotional issue when such payments are made to family members who have lost their loved ones. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The National Security and Defence Ministry is working with relevant authorities to come up with legislation for the sharing of information. Director General Timothy Natuva says the proposed legislation will enable better communication between the different law enforcement agencies. Catherine Krishna reports.
Communication between agencies such as biosecurity, immigration, customs, police, the Navy and the Foreign Affairs are difficult at present, but this could change shortly, says Natuva.
Sometimes the intelligence of the police they cannot share with other agencies, and we are working on that, how we can dovetail and bigger legislation. This is going to take a while, but it's good that we have a start now, that we are working on it. Maybe in 12 months or 18 months time, we'll be able to do that.
Meanwhile, Fijians say that the implementation of legislation following greater communication between government agencies will be a boost to our border security.
Legislation is very important, so it helps protect our borders.
The legislation will help better communications and help track down drug dealers.
The legislation is very important in our country, especially what we have come across last week.
Representatives of the agencies concerned are currently attending a workshop in Suva to discuss how to improve cooperation to better our border security. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
A grant of more than $58,000 has been given to 3 Fijians under the Youth Entrepreneurship Scheme by the Trade Ministry in Suva today. Kelly Vadala reports part of the requirements met by the 3 included having an innovative business idea that is commercially viable and sustainable.
The financial assistance will put these young entrepreneurs on a strong footing to expand their business. Adeline Tutu received $20,000 for her online fitness and training venture.
Through this grant, we will make it easier for the people of Fiji to get active, to eat healthy, and to get lean.
24-year-old Siwan Narayan received over $18,000 to start a construction company to help families in rural areas.
This will not only help them build their own house, have a sustainable house as well. It will help also save the land space. The land at the moment is really costly.
Atunay Sarainima also received $20,000 to start a grass cutting, landscaping and biogas business.
The grant is a great boost in making my dream come true, as I always want to become a young businessman.
Trade Minister Fayez Koya says they're hopeful these recipients will lead the nation to a strong and prosperous future.
The youth have learned the basic business fundamentals and the development of marketing and business plans.
The YES initiative aims to empower young Fijians. A budget of $2 million was allocated in the 2017 and 2018 financial year for this scheme, and to date there's been over 300 applicants. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Around $50,000 has been set aside to cater for the activities and programs scheduled for National Sports and Wellness Day on Friday. According to the Youth and Sports Ministry, this is an increase of $20,000 from last year. Akusita Thale reports.
Fiji will be a hive of sporting activities as well as free public health screenings on Friday that will be hosted at 42 venues, including the Maritime Islands and Rotuma.
Move to the nearest venue that is there in the communities and to take advantage of this opportunity whereby they will be able to go through this screening process and also know the status of their health.
The ministry says they're encouraging mass participation and focusing little on competitive sports so all Fijians can be part of the event.
The screening will involve the height and weight, the waist-hip ratio, body fat percentage, and also the cardiorespiratory fitness test.
So during the counseling, then they will inform each individual. So either they are on this chart where they follow on green, amber, and red to do with where you are at the moment.
The theme for this year's celebration is A Healthy Fiji Starts With You and begins from 9 a.m. Ako si Tatali, FBC News.
In sports later with Jamie, Cricket Fiji appoints new board directors, but up next is Rachel with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break. Vision Investment declares second interim dividend. And in Growing Fiji, work underway on new complex in Nambua. Stay with us.
Voila, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Leading business tonight, Vision Investments Limited has declared a second interim dividend of 6 cents per ordinary share for the financial year ending March 31st. According to a release on the South Pacific Stock Exchange, the dividend payment is expected to be completed by July 18. The total dividend amount sits at over $6 million. The first interim dividend was announced in November last year of 4 cents per share. The group consists of Courts Fiji, Vision Motors, Mahogany Industries Fiji and Vision Finance. Inia Nyanga has been appointed the new Managing Director of Sun Insurance effective today. His appointment was subsequent to the recent resignation of Chief Executive Lolesh Sharma. Nyanga has served the Sun Board as a consultant since 2016 and was appointed as the Independent Director in April this year. Nyanga is a chartered accountant and was a central banker for 40 years who retired as Deputy Governor of the Reserve Bank in 2014. And we now join HFC Bank with the latest from the trading world.
Vinaka, let's review the action on the South Pacific Stock Exchange last week. Amalgamated Telecom Holding shares increased by 9 cents, concluding at a price of $2.75. Freebird Institute shares decreased by 10 cents, ending the week at a price of $3. Kinetic Growth Fund shares rose to 85 cents after seeing an increase of 37.10%. Paradise Beverages shares decreased by 10 cents, ending the week at a price of $12.90. Fijian Holding shares increased by 9 cents to end the week at a price of $6.08, while BSP Convertible Note shares rose by 16 cents to end the week at a share price of $8.95. Following these share price movements, the overall market capitalization increased by 1.96% and ended the week at a value of $2.31 billion. And that's the latest from our local stock market, Vinaka.
Thanks, Rocco. Taking a look at the currency exchange rate set this morning for the Fijian dollar. Our dollar rose against 4 of the major currencies we cover, which is the Chinese yuan, the US dollar, the PNG kina, and the Japanese yen. As for the commodities market, oil prices were on the rise as well, over $2 to close at $68.30 an ounce. Silver was up as well, closing at $1,269 an ounce, and silver closed at $16.36 an ounce. And in Going Fiji tonight, a new 4-story complex is being constructed along the Kings Road in Nambour, Suva. The complex, owned by Lotus Garment, will be known as Lotus Plaza and is in its first phase of construction, creating employment for over 50 Fijians. The plaza, once completed, will house only office spaces. The construction is expected to be completed by April next year. And that's business for tonight. Jamie joins you now with sports.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening. In sports tonight, England records its biggest win at a World Cup. And final countdown begins for Super Rugby Showdown. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Labasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Labasa.
I'm Kritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
England recorded their biggest win at a World Cup, overwhelming Panama 6-1 this morning. Captain Harry Kane was in ruthless form again, scoring a hat-trick to become the tournament's leading scorer. Colombia got their tournament in Russia back on track with an impressive victory that ended Poland's hopes of reaching the last 16. Their 3-0 win was a much improved performance by Colombia following the disappointing 2-1 defeat to Japan in their Group H opener, and will give their fans hope they can at least match their run to the quarterfinals in 2014. Japan and Senegal remain well placed to reach the knockout stage of the World Cup and a last 16 date with England or Belgium after an entertaining draw. Both have 4 points after 2 games. Fiji-born Tevita Nambura arrived this morning with a small contingent from Highlanders Rugby ahead of their clash against the Chiefs this weekend. The former Ratukandabulewu School head boy is part of the Highlanders advanced party team, carrying out the legacy program in some parts of Viti-Levu before their Super Rugby clash at Suva's ANZ Stadium. Meli Tavanga caught up with them today and filed this report.
Tevita Nambura is excited to be here, even though he will not be part of the starting lineup for the Highlanders in the home Super Rugby clash this weekend.
Come out from the cold weather in Dunedin and enjoy the warm weather home. Visiting families and couple of schools, just let them know that we're here for them.
The 26-year-old from Nakuru Sule Naita Asiri has called for support from everyone to get behind them on Saturday.
It's going to be a tough one, and we're working hard for it, and hopefully it will be a good one.
The team will visit some parts of Viti-Levu over the next 4 days as part of their legacy program.
One day we're going up to Uprising Beach Resort to catch up with some of the fans up the coast. We've got some school visits, some hospital visits. On Friday morning we've got a massive open training session with the entire squad once they get here.
The Chiefs will arrive on Wednesday, while Nambura's Fijian mate Waisakina Holo will arrive on Thursday together with the Highlanders' full squad. The Highlanders will host the Chiefs Saturday at 7:35 p.m. in Suva's ANZ Stadium. The gate opens from 4 p.m. Melitawanga, FBC Sports.
The newly elected Cricket Fiji board has plans to secure land and construct a training ground. Mosese Yavalana has been appointed the new chair, while Linganguki Suva, Tsusaya Mbamba and Masimbembe are the new board directors. Yavalana says plans are also in the pipeline to hold more local competitions to raise the standard of the sport in the country.
The main focus of our development is trying to raise cricket in Fiji, raise its awareness, raise the level of cricket, playing cricket in Fiji. But above all, we are trying to establish a ground. We can only develop to a high level if we have our own assets, our infrastructure, and that's our biggest challenge right now.
Suva was held to a 1-1 draw against Nriketi in their Vodafone Premier League match at Subrel Park, Labasa yesterday. Nriketi put up a terrific performance to match the more experienced Suva side. They led 1-0 in the early stages of the first half following an own goal from Suva's Sakurai Naisua. before Suba's Kalioba Tivulu found the net in the 41st minute to equalize.
I'd like to thank the boys for the hard work. What we have planned to beat Suba, but unfortunately it didn't happen, so we had a draw.
We played better soccer than yesterday, but still not happy with the performance. I think a lot of work has to be done.
That's it from sports tonight. Catch Angie later on with weather. And if you've recently purchased an Apple MacBook that has a faulty keyboard, Jackie has some good news for you in the new media segment right after this break.
Narang golesenya, Obama ketegenakas, dorong-rong binakape on radio Fijuan, nandomibit.
Ayaw benyana, dorong on radio Fijuan, nandomibisi, hingatoka.
Guado ilaisa hingatoka, rong-rong binana heramakawa ina radio Fijuan hingatoka.
Radio Fijuan, nandomibiti.
In new media, Apple promises to fix issues with the butterfly switch keyboards on some of its newer MacBook and MacBook Pro models, free of charge. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. It's a brand new week and a short one as well. The excitement must be cooking. Well, we will check out if the weather suits your plan, but first, taking a look in the west, moderately sunny with light showers expected overnight. Eastwards from Pekhava to Suva, a gloomy one with showers indicated for later tonight. Expect a cold night. And up north, sunshine was around with cloudy intervals. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots with moderate to rough seas. For the tides, low tide at 10:52 p.m. with high tide at 5:08 a.m. Sunrise at 6:38. For tomorrow, from what we see for now, is typically light showers, so just to be on the safer side, tag your umbrellas along. Tomorrow's temps, it's getting a bit cooler as the temps are ranging in the upper 20s. And looking further on to Wednesday, much more cooler conditions are likely. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, should the recent drug bust serve as a warning to would-be traffickers?
The Dinero drug find is certainly a warning. They should not be doing it.
This should be a lesson to our drug traffickers.
Yes, it should be, because this means the border agencies are closely monitoring these would-be traffickers from selling it in Fiji. That will destroy our generation today.
The drug bust should serve as a lesson to would-be drug dealers.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, Australian national remanded in custody over drug bust. Katanimbao further remanded by court, and Fijian Highlander Tevita Nambura here for Super Rugby. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment, last week we had asked, will the introduction of ticketing vending machines make e-card top-ups easier? 92% said yes. This week we're asking, should the recent drug bust serve as a warning to would-be traffickers? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day sent by Ratu Vatui Naruku. This is Jiffy posing at the Singatoka sand dunes. Cute shot. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, have a safe and enjoyable new week ahead. Bye for now.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से। जैसे प्रेनी नॉर्थ मशहूर है, वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है, वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।